Welcome to G.A.M.E. And here's your host, Big Pimpin' Jay.
I love my job. Welcome everybody to another wonderful episode of G.A.M.E. We're gonna have a great topic today. As you can see right now, I'm surrounded by two of my best friends here, Optimus and Rodimus. I want to encourage you guys today. Make sure you guys email us at gameshowchat@gmail.com. Get in on the conversation. We always want to hear some good feedback from you guys, as well as hit us up on Twitter at gameshowchat. And please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We got new content coming to you guys every week. Now, here's what we're talking about today, guys. A couple weeks ago, I was sitting here and thinking about all my toys that Mom threw out. Over the years, we get older, Mom tosses stuff, doesn't tell us. And I decided I'd go back and try to buy some of my childhood, until I realized my childhood cost approximately $17,000 and decided to say, bump that, let's move forward. They've got some really new, interesting stuff on the market, and I just want to figure out what's coming out, what's going on, why is this stuff so collectible? I mean, why am I paying $300 for this right here when we were kids, it was $30? Now, granted, it's much bigger and way cooler, but just the stuff that's out here nowadays, we're just gonna take a real good look at this. I got my main man, the great Daitakuji here with us. I got GQ here. Guys, game on. Why is stuff so expensive? I mean, back in the day, we were talking $20, $30 for stuff, and nowadays we're talking hundreds of dollars for this stuff. I mean, where does it start and how does it end?
Well, I think what you're saying, the quality, for example, the quality has obviously gone up. The original Prime probably came up to maybe his kneecap, somewhere in that range. So, and like you said, it was only about $20, maybe $24 at Montgomery Ward, Sears back in the day. So you were getting a smaller product, obviously, and not as much detail, not as much articulation. So of course he's got working pistons on the back of his legs. I mean, he's got...
Even got rubber feet.
Yeah, he's got rubber feet, rubber wheels, so it's like you're getting a much better product. I mean, look at Megatron over there. Megatron, the original Megatron was about the same size as the Walther P-38. Look at that thing. That thing is a monster.
Megatron is larger than my leg.
Right.
I mean, let's just be realistic. I mean, look at this thing. Put that thing up to your arm. Here, watch this.
It is as big as
Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Look at this. Here's his arm. Can we get a shot of this? Look at this. This is absolutely nuts.
That's crazy. That's insane. But like you said, I mean, the toys are getting bigger, they're getting better. But I mean, it always comes back to the stuff that we had back then was great because we didn't know any better. It was the only toys we had. I mean, so hold on, I'm kind of thirsty. Hold on. Really? Thanks, guys.
The toys we had.
The toys we had back then were tiny, they were little, they were small. You look and fast forward today, Star Wars Black Series. Look at this thing. I mean, this thing is 6 inches tall, it's huge.
Look at this.
Look at, there's no comparison there. Now here's the problem. This was about $2.50. This is $20. At $20 a pop, I don't think you're gonna be building an army of stormtroopers anytime soon.
You can, but you need to be independently wealthy and hit that Powerball.
Or either that or open up a second mortgage on the house.
This is true.
Second mortgage.
I mean, look at this thing. I mean, Megatron back in the day was what, $30, $25, $30?
Yeah, but no, not even that. He was just like Prime. He was $20.99 in 1984 Montgomery Ward's catalog. So I mean, it's just
not expensive at all. Now you want to get something this life size, you're gonna not take out a mortgage, but you're gonna pay. It's gonna come out of. It's gonna be like a car payment.
Yeah, you're spending either a car payment or you're not eating for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All right, no, hold on. Now here's a real question I want to think about this because arguably these guys have absolutely huge collections, and there are realistically only 4 toys I've ever wanted in life, and actually now have 3 of them, I think. You talk about the price tags on some of these. I mean, these things retail for, I mean, $75, $80, $90 just from Jump Street. I know you guys just picked up one recently, the new Soundwave they came out with. Those are 120 bucks a pop. At Comic-Cons, they're going for $200 or $300. What possesses you guys to spend $200 to $300 on what is essentially die cast in plastic?
Well, for me, some of it's nostalgia, and the other part for me is preying on other people's nostalgia, because I'm one of the type of person that wants to buy it at cheap and sell it for high to somebody else who feels the exact same way I do. It's like I buy the stuff, I sit on it for a little bit, think of it as an investment, and then...
So you pimping?
You find, yeah, I'm doing a little bit.
Okay, so in other words, you're the one that preys on my nostalgia.
Oh, yeah.
And essentially, when I want to get my Optimus Prime and when I want to go out and get my, masterpiece toys, I got to, if I can't, thank you very much, Toys R Us, for never having your inventory proper, never having your inventory right. Your sales associates don't know anything, but that's okay.
And there goes our another sponsor.
But that, hey, I'm mad. I'm mad and I don't want to take it anymore because this is ridiculous that I have to go to eBay to get something that, like you said, $120 retail. No, not if you want Prime, because they're supposed to have Prime and Toys R Us didn't have them. So I had to go to eBay, and I got raped on eBay. You don't want to get raped on eBay.
Did you at least get the reach around?
No, not at all. No Vaseline, no nothing. Straight.
Sometimes eBay could be your best friend. Like this Megatron right here. Normally, for Megatron by himself, he's about $200, and that's aftermarket. That's not if you go to, Japan, because he wasn't released in the United States. They won't release a gun toy in the U.S. for whatever reason.
No matter how fake it looks?
Yeah. But about $200 or so. And then if you want the whole entire kit, that's another $100 or so. I got this whole thing for $170. You just got to know. You got to keep your eyes open sometimes.
Yeah, but you pulled a shoehorn out of your backside shortly after you got that, so we're not going to talk about that.
Not only that, you're on your phone and eBay like every other minute.
Oh, you
have an addiction to eBay.
You got to constantly be checking because you can find good prices. Like this one right here, I got it close to the price that it came out in Toys R Us because apparently somebody had it and they didn't want it anymore. They were trying to flip it, and I don't think they made too much of a good profit on it because I was able to get it for close to the price that Toys R Us was selling it for. So, it really depends on where you're looking for. All the stuff that's coming out new, like the new Soundwave, you're going to pay a pretty penny for it unless you don't care about the accessories.
All right, so we talked about some new stuff, and let's face it, some of the stuff is just ridiculously detailed. I mean, I agree, this thing is way cooler than the Prime I never had when I was a kid because we were poor. Looking back, though, at some of the stuff that we had when we were kids, like the Millennium Falcon. That thing came out, it was $25. Now, my mom has asked me for 30 years, what did I want for Christmas? And every year I said I want a Millennium Falcon. On my 30th birthday, she finally got me one. Love you, Mom. The moral of the story is if you nag long enough, eventually people will cave in. But those things are going, even the brand new ones at Toys R Us now are going for $200, $300. Right. I mean, the USS Flag, the humongous aircraft carrier from G.I. Joe, was what, $100 we were growing up?
110.
And how much are they now?
If you want to get one on eBay and get raped on the price, you can go to eBay right now and get one for the lovely low price of $1,300.
I have paid for cars that cost less than that. So this is just kind of disturbing the fact that there's stuff that we owned when we were kids that we could literally go buy a house, we could start a business, we could continue to keep bringing Game Show Chat to you guys every week just with the cost of this stuff. I mean, it is absolutely outstanding out there.
It is kind of ridiculous. When you were growing up, of course, like you said, you got these toys and you really didn't care how much they cost because you're a kid. You weren't buying them anyway. Your parents were buying them. And they were relatively inexpensive, but you fell in love with them.
Yep.
And then when you became an adult, part of you, at least for me, it's like, well, I'm an adult now. I make my own money. I can buy what I want. And these people know this. They know this, like, oh, these people are growing up now, and let's bring out the Transformers movie, and let's bring out more cartoons. Let's push that nostalgia button. And you push that nostalgia button, and every single time you push it, it's cha-ching, 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 and there it is. It's just going right out of the pocket.
Says the eBay scalper who made me pay extra money for my Optimus Prime.
Sometimes it works in my favor, not always. I've been looking for a cheap Grimlock for a while, and I could not find a cheap Grimlock. You want a good Grimlock, you're gonna pay for Grimlock. I managed to find one a little bit cheaper than the eBay price, and hopefully I can sell it for the eBay price, but it won't be that margin that I was looking for.
Real quick though, on what you said about the Millennium Falcon, because I was looking that up, and apparently kids back in the day, I mean, I guess black kids didn't start celebrating Christmas until 1988, according to these catalogs, because I couldn't find any black kids until they had the Michael Jordan Jammer back in the 1988 catalog or something. So that was the first time black kids celebrated Christmas. But the at ST, the little chicken walkers, was actually, nowadays the new one is like the same price as the original Millennium Falcon. It's crazy.
It is absolutely insane. You know what? We could sit here and talk about this all day long, but we're just out of time. So ladies and gentlemen, please, if you want to, join us, please make sure for the intervention for the great Dada Kuji, we can help us out. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit us up at Game Show Chat. I mean, we love to hear what you guys are. Tell us what your favorite toys were. I mean, these are just like a small splattering of what we had. I mean, we had boxes of G.I. Joes and Transformers and He-Man. And look at this thing. I tell you, you know what? It started with people mugging people for wallets and then watches. I'm telling you, there's gonna be a Masterpiece Transformer here mugging here. I tell you guys, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We're out of time. Game over.
You don't want to get raped on eBay.